Hello friends and associates. Happy Black History Month. I'm Montreal Dixon, welcome to my channel. As many of you may have guessed it already, I'm a future producer slash director, as you haven't guessed by my channel already. But I want to talk about something that kind of inspired me to make this video. And it's about black producers slash directors. One person that I really like to talk about today, many of you may know him. His name is Spike Lee. He directed a lot of good movies that has a deep message behind each and every one of them in a certain way. And I'm gonna go start with one, for example. Probably one of his best movies that he's made so far. It's called Do the Right Thing. And Spike Lee has to be maybe one of the most inspirational black directors that I've ever known of. And in Do the Right Thing, he put a lot of mix of everything. Think about it. So he put a little bit of comedy, a little bit of drama, a little bit of reality, and just he made it work basically. So it's like that. Even his horror movie, Tales from the Hood, he had a deep message behind that for racism. So like in Tales from the Hood, basically, even though he had mostly of a horror plot through the entire movie, it still had so much to do with injustice and just prejudice everywhere. Like I don't know how to explain it. So technically, Spike Lee, he knows what he's doing when he makes movies, basically. Next, I'd like to talk about, his name is Ryan Coogler. I didn't know about his actual name till this year, but like in the past few years, I've known a lot about his movies, and each and every movie that I've heard about him making was very over the top awesome. It's to the point where, okay, so he made Black Panther, he made Creed, he made both Creed movies. He made this upcoming movie called Judas and the Black Messiah. Overall, he, such a young age, you would not expect him to have the knowledge to make those type of movies. Like, it's to the point where he has a lot of creativity behind his mind when it comes to direction. Another person I want to talk about is somebody I found out about today, actually. But I've watched the movies non-stop. So one movie, well, before I tell you the movies, let me tell you the person. His name is Felix G Great. He directed some really good movies. But three I like to talk about shortly is, one is Friday, which we all love. It's a cult classic, a 90s classic. Number two is Set It Off. We all know about that movie. And number three is called Straight Outta Compton, aka the NWA story. Now, each and every one of those movies, it was entertaining and very watchable, but it's to the point where he also had messages throughout the entire movies that only mostly black people can understand. From a black person's perspective, it's to the point where, how do I say it? This director knows exactly what he's doing as well. And I guess he took a lot of time to dig deep into each and every one of his plots. Next, I'd like to talk about Jordan Peele, a man that I did not know had the mindset to be making movies like this. Because when I first found out about him, he was a comedian, and he had a show called Key and Peele. It's to a point where you would not expect for him to make serious, really plot twisting movies like this. Like, a really good example would have to be the movie Us. Okay, so in Us, it was basically to the point where the main movie villain is not who you would expect to be, in a very sneaky way. Like, it was very clear that the main, say, non-villain was the villain because of all of the things she was doing throughout the movie, her cloned family. But it's like to the point where in case you haven't seen the movie yet, spoiler alert, I apologize. But it's been over a year, so get over it. Now, it's been to the point where he knows what he's doing when it comes to hiding things and expressing it at the very end of the movie. The last director / producer I want to talk about is what we all know this was coming. Tyler Perry. Now, Tyler Perry is very unique to the point where I've been watching him since I was born. I'm lying. I've been watching him since I was young. As long as I can remember, basically. The very first movie I remember watching from him would have to be Diary of a Mad Black Woman, which was his first movie. Now, ever since he started making plays to now, you can tell his progress really improved because he's a billionaire now, and he did it basically. Like, he got his own studio, he got his, he got everything that he wants basically. He got good shows, he has good movies, and they're all they're all black movies and black shows. And he basically owns BET now, Black Entertainment Television, if you haven't guessed that by now. But honestly, it's to the point where if Tyler Perry can do it, if Spike Lee can do it, if Ryan Coogler can do it, if Jordan Peele can do it, if they all can do it, I can do it too. Sorry about that. See you later.